What's going on, everybody? Josh Pocock here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at a specific tool that is similar to a few other tools that we covered on this channel. So for those of you who have seen my videos on Open Interpreter, as well as some of my videos on tools like Agent E and Agent Q, this one is called OpenMacro. It's a multimodal assistant with human interface for computers that allows LLMs to run code locally. It's also somewhat similar to Agent Zero, which we covered as well. We're going to show you how you can set it up. Let's dive right into it. All right, so like I mentioned, I've covered multiple different tools that we talked about that are somewhat similar to this tool, in particularly Open Interpreter. As you can see here, this project is heavily inspired by Open Interpreter. I think, as you'll see here, Open Interpreter definitely is a more established project. This one still is in the early stages and is in development. So with OpenMacro, it provides you a CLI natural language interface for you to complete and automate simple to complex tasks, to analyze and plot data, to browse the web for the latest information, and to manipulate files, including photos, videos, PDFs, etc. Now you'll see here at the moment, OpenMacro only supports API keys for open models powered by Samba Nova. And it says why? Because it's free, fast, and reliable, which makes it ideal for testing as the project grows. And then it says support for OpenAI and Anthropic is planned for future versions. I'm actually quite impressed by Samba Nova. All right, so you can see here the fastest interface on Llama 3.1405B. All right, so as I was just looking at this, I noticed that Grok had a question mark here, so it looks like it wasn't being tested there. But then I found this blog post on Samba Nova's website about their SN40L chip and why it is the best for inference. So I'll leave this down below, but you can see here they're doing a pretty in-depth comparison to Grok here and Cerebras. Now, that's one thing that I noticed when actually using OpenMacro is that it is pretty fast. And obviously one of the main reasons for that is because it's using the Samba Nova. You can go here to this link right here and you can sign up for free. So once you create a free account, you simply just go to APIs and then you go to generate new API key, and then you can copy and paste that API key. Okay, so you're going to want to go to the desired location. You want to clone this repo, and then you're going to run git clone and then the repo location right here, which will be in the description. I'm not going to run it because I already cloned the repo. Once you do that, you're just going to cd into OpenMacro like so. And then one thing I did was I just ran code dot to open it in VS Code, like you'll see right here. We'll come back to that in just a second. Now for me, what I did was I created a virtual environment. So on Windows, this is what I ran, python-m venv, and then the virtual environment name right here. And then to activate the virtual environment on Windows, you just simply run this right here, your virtual environment name, scripts, activate. Okay, once you're in your virtual environment, you can simply just run this command right here, pip install OpenMacro, and it's going to start installing OpenMacro. And then you're going to want to run macro space dash dash API key. And then in quotes right here is your API key that you got from Samba Nova. Now, actually, one other thing I forgot to mention is if you are encountering issues, and you may just want to do this regardless, I ran into an issue where after I ran pip install OpenMacro, before it wasn't letting me set the API key unless I ran this command right here, pip install AOI HTTP. So I'll leave this in the description down below too. Okay, once you set your macro API key, then what you want to do is you want to create a profile. So the way you can do that is you can create a new file in VS Code right here within the project, and for me I just named it profile.py. All right, you'll see here that there is different options. You could do JSON, TOML, YAML. We're just going to do the Python version though. So you can see here they give you an example right here, so you can go ahead and copy this and you can go ahead and I pasted it over here. Now a few different things that I changed was you could remove this email thing. This is some dummy data that's really not needed. And then you can change, you see I changed the username right here to Stride. You can change the assistant name here. I just put it to some basic stuff. I have it as Sarah right here. Now TTS by default, it's on true. If it's on true, you're going to want to put your OpenAI API key right here, okay? Because you can see that the OpenAI engine is being used. For me though, you know, we're not going to be using TTS. So I just enable that to false. So if you're not using it, then make sure you enable it to false or it won't work. Okay. Once you got all that done, you're going to want to save this profile. Okay. And once you're done that, you'll see here that this is the command you're going to want to run: macro -- profile, and then the path to your profile. So for me, it looks like this: macro -- profile, and then the path is right here. I'm going to run this, and you'll see here now we have our user right here, Stride, and we can actually start interacting with it. All right. So the first question we'll ask it is, what's the current weather in Florida? All right, so you can see here it wrote some Python code, and now it's about to run the code. All right, so we can see here it searched for weather in Florida, and we got the result right here. So you can see here the current weather in Florida is mostly cloudy with a temperature of 24 degrees Celsius. There's a 1% chance of precipitation. The humidity is at 64%. The wind speed is 29 kilometers per hour. Next question, what's the time zones in Australia? Are you tired of pouring thousands of dollars into appointment setters only to watch leads slip away? Imagine having a team of elite sales agents booking qualified appointments for you around the clock. No more wasted time on training, no more frustration with performance, and no more draining your budget on inconsistent and expensive call centers. Introducing Stride Agents, AI-powered appointment setters that work 24/7, never get tired, and book appointments while you sleep. Trained on thousands of successful conversations, our AI agents outperform human teams at just 1/10 of the cost. Join the ranks of businesses that doubled their appointments and booking rates in just a matter of weeks. Don't get left behind in the AI revolution. Visit strideagents.com now and transform your entire sales process with cutting-edge AI technology. It's time to accelerate your stride with AI agents. All right, so we can see here time zones in Australia. Australia has multiple time zones. The states of Victoria, New South Wales, Queensland, etc., are on the Australian Eastern Time, AEST, which is 10 hours ahead of Coronal Universal Time, UTC, include Australian Central Standard Time and Australian Western Central Time. All right, so I got that simple search correct. All right, next I'm going to try to get it to create a file. So create a pong.py file. All right, so it claims the file has been created. Let's take a look. Okay, and we can see this file has been created. Now it did ask if we would like to add some content to it. So I'm going to ask it to create the Pong game. Okay, so I'm saying create the Pong game in Python inside of it, please. Okay, so we can see it's writing Python code, and it's pretty fast. It's actually very fast. All right, so we can see that this code automatically got added into the file here. So let's go ahead and test it out. All right, so we're going to run python pong.py. Okay, and we can see here we got the Pong game, and it actually did a very good job. It has the scoreboard too and everything. It's actually much better than some of the other models we've used to create the Pong game, like the one we did yesterday. It didn't have the scoreboard, so pretty good job. All right, so a couple of things that I have noticed is that, like, for example, here we can see the maximum context length of Llama 3.1 is 8,192. However, your answer will require this many tokens. Please reduce the length. So we're hitting a context limit right here. And then also too, a few areas we've got a rate limit. So I believe that's just due to Samba Nova. We are using it 100% for free, of course. So there's pros and cons to this. All right, so here we're saying there's a file called image.png in this directory. Convert it to JPEG. And as you can see, I have an image in here, a PNG. So let's see what it does. All right, so we can see here that it created another duplicate of the image right here, and it's in JPEG format. So if I open it, here we go. We can see the same JPEG image right here and the PNG as well. All right, here we're going to try something a little more difficult. Search YouTube for Josh Pocock and tell me what his most recent video on his channel is called for the title. All right, so we have my channel right here. Okay, so for that one, it kind of got stuck in a loop. So what I would say right now is what I'm noticing is when you're asking it more complex queries, it can get stuck in loops. All right, so we said create an index.html file for a website on marketing, and then it generated the HTML right here. And then it said, let me know if you want to add CSS styles and link it to the index.html file. And I said, add those CSS styles and link it to the index.html. So it did generate the CSS right here for these styles, and then it actually linked it automatically to the HTML. So if we go here, we can see the styles and index right here. If I go ahead and open this with live server, all right, we can see welcome to Marketing Pro. So it's definitely not the prettiest website by any means, but you can see here that it has HTML, the styling, and it did work. So all in all, I think this is a good tool for, as of now, creating files. It can do a bit of coding. You can do some decent searching. Like I said at the start of this video though, you know, it is heavily inspired by Open Interpreter, but I definitely don't think it's anywhere near Open Interpreter or, you know, some of the other tools we've covered like Agent Q, Agent E, all these different other AI agent browser-based or computer controlling type tools. But like I said, this is still a very new project. It only has 65 stars, but it is actively being developed. You can see here some of these recent commits were 2 days ago. So I think this is definitely a tool that could see some cool improvements in the future. I think it has some potential. I like that it is using this Samba Nova model, even though I hope it near future they integrate, like it says down here somewhere, Anthropic and OpenAI. Other than that, guys, let me know what you think about OpenMacro. Have you guys tried it yet? Are you going to try it? Did you get it to do any cool things, or did you reach any issues or roadblocks? Like I said, we did reach some of those in this video as well. This tool is definitely not perfect, but I think it does have some potential. Other than that, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. If you're new to the channel, we upload videos every single day on AI, automation, business growth. So if you like that type of content and you got some value here, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to stay up to date with the uploads. Also too, guys, if you haven't already joined our free community, our free Discord and Facebook group, stridecommunity.com, I'll leave a link down below in the description. And then also too, guys, if you run a business and you need AI appointment setters booking calls for you on autopilot, check out Stride Agents down below. Other than that, guys, I will see you in tomorrow's video. Let me know what your favorite AI agent tool is so far. Is it Open Interpreter, Agent Q, Agent K, Agent E, whatever the case may be, or is it something else that we haven't covered? And maybe I should do a video on that. Other than that, guys, I will see you in tomorrow's video. Keep hustling, keep grinding, and of course, guys, accelerate your stride. Take care.